Alright folks, welcome back here to the Techlabs Cup's 2014 qualifying rounds. It's a best of 3 series between Ahead Gaming and Relax. You are doing fine. Game number 2 here on Beyond the Summit. Thanks for joining us, guys. My name is Mott. Great game 1. Just all around spectacular play from both sides, but Ahead Gaming getting the better of Relax by a bit of a wide margin there at the end. Just too much aggressive play from Ahead Gaming. Relax tried to sit back, have 2 river farm, and it just didn't work out. The picks were questionable at best with what they had. Eventual Spirit farming and Skywrath Mage that didn't do anything really. I understood what they were going for in terms of the Ancient Seal locking down that Storm Spirit, but more often than not, he was getting the better of Relax by just jumping in very early, becoming part of the fight and just kind of throwing a monkey wrench into their entire plan. So Relax,
10 seconds remaining.
They got to have a better draft here. And yes, a part of it was in fact the Lycan pick that Ahead had and how he just kind of tore people apart. But since our Warrunner also controlling the play with Stampede. Okay, we want to run at people, I just hit my R button, that's all we got to do. Okay, we want to run at people, I'll hit R, I'll blink, stomp, double edge, we'll kill people very, very quickly. We want to run at people, I'll put the Serpent Ones down from Rasta. Instead, this time around, they pick up the Ancient Apparition, Relax bans out, Dazzle, just to make sure there's no Shadow Wave crap going on like there was in that game. So, Ahead with the AA, he likes to throw Ice Blasts. He's a very old ghost, apparently, by his name, so he's got some experience. Here. Ice Blast, obviously, great ability. Chunk Touch as well in the tri-lane.
10 seconds
so nice
remaining.
to have. Hey, you want to deal like 100,000 extra damage?
5 seconds remaining.
In lane? You want to do that for a couple hits? Okay, I'll just give you Chilling Touch. It's fine.
Reserve
Doesn't cost that much mana either, I don't think. It's pretty mana efficient. Turns out it's only 110 is not that bad. Could be worse. You can only get it off a couple times unless you have some clarity. So they'll bring those to the lane hopefully. Now Relax has to really think about what they want to do because anytime you get 2 picks here, you generally see Dazzle paired up with somebody else. That's not going to happen this game. They could go for the Sentinel Warrunner again, but Batrider is available. We saw last game it really didn't turn out well for for Relax, But they do have that option. I want to remind everybody that we are going to be going into Virtus Pro vs. Wear not too far into the future.
Radiant
20 CET, which is about 3 p.m. Eastern Time, for those of you living in America. Well, I guess North America, I suppose. Well, really anywhere, I guess, in the Americas. Relax is going to pick up the next Assassin here. Offlane Nyx, generally a good pickup. High regen, just really high base regen. Spike Carapace is really nice as well, just to survive.
10 seconds remaining.
I gotta say though, I think out of all the players in these games, I'm most impressed by Aloha Dance and No Fear. They're just 2 really strong players. Dread played well, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough with the team. I mean, honestly, it just looked like they were kind of a bit unorganized. They will go for a better draft this time around with the Nyx Assassin and the Visage. 2 very strong pickups. You can't really count out Soul Assumption. Visage still gets banned quite often, first pick, first ban. So, no big surprises there that they do pick him up. It's just difficult to deal with the Visage Birds and Soul Assumption. Even Grave Chill is just kind of
10
annoying.
10 seconds remaining.
Ahead, they have another pick here. Whether they pick up support or carry or mid remains to be seen. There's a couple of options left. Like I talked about, Batrider is available to them, and that might not be a bad pickup against a Nyx Assassin or a Visage. Obviously, Spike Carapace is good against Firefly, but is that really enough to deter you from picking up the Batrider in this scenario? Is my thought process. And it's kind of sad, actually, Invoker keeps getting banned out first ban. It's just like, I really like that hero. He's fun to watch and he's fun to play. It's not fun to play against, obviously, but Invoker's a good hero. Whether you want to do Quas Wex and have a really good early early game impact, or whether you want to do Quas Exhort and go more towards that pushing kind of lineup, and just the right click damage as well as just maybe get a bit more damaging spells later on down the road once you start picking up those points in Wex. I guess there's no point in talking about him considering he's banned out. But the Clockwork is going to be picked up for Head Gaming, and that means Batrider should be banned out here in the second ban phase. So
5 seconds
remaining. They don't really value the Batrider that highly, it seems like. So Clockwork is still a decent pickup.
Reserve time.
Nyx Assassin and Visage can get caught out pretty easily, and Clockwork will have a nice time hookshotting, unless the Visage Birds are getting in the way, but that generally doesn't happen too often. Maybe more often than you might think, but Oh, so Shako is actually going to be doing the drafting for Relax. We'll see what his bans are after, of course, the bans from ahead, which is our Zek draft. So, Ars Zek. Zeke, maybe? Pronunciations are not my strong suit, in case you haven't noticed.
Radiant team.
There's the Doom ban. I mean, if you're confused as to what to ban in Captain's mode, and there's a Doom available, I think that's probably your best bet, honestly. I think the Doom is probably your best bet. Just because he works well against many, many heroes. He's not the best early on in the game. He can't really provide you that much damage or really anything in lane if you're going to be doing try versus try. But if he gets room to farm, then that's kind of scary. You get up maybe something like your phase, maybe you have a Midas, maybe get one aura item, then you pick up a Blink Dagger, become the initiator. Because last time I checked, hard carry Doom wasn't really a thing. Which is sad.
Radiant team
but not too crazy. Shadow Fiend ban going to come out here for a head. No real surprise there. They don't want to have to deal with it like they did in the last game. So that strong mid-game to late-game carry is not available.
Dire team pick.
Pugna! It's like we were playing Dota from like a couple weeks / months ago where we just wanted to push down towers. So this is a farming Pugna, I think. Yeah, that's interesting. Pugna is still an okay hero. Difficult to deal with if you put it in the right location, but the problem with Pugna is he's a bit of a glass cannon, as we like to refer to it.
Remaining.
Well, I really wanted just to go in there and fight and just throw down Nether Blast and you know, decrepify people, but I just got blown up very good. I died instantly, is the general complaint Pugna players have.
Time.
My friend likened him to a wizard, like you would have in any sort of fantasy RPG game kind of thing. He does a lot of damage, but he dies very quickly. Mage, even, would be a better terminology for it, so... yeah, Pugna, that's his one real issue, is he dies very quick. You can go for a mech, obviously. Necrobook also is the thing that you can do. At some point in time. I'm not really feeling that great about this pick, honestly. Especially with the Rubik in play, where he can steal your abilities like Nether Blast. Oh no. DK. Once again, this seems to be like the meta from a couple of weeks / months ago, and it seems like Relax just aren't kind of adapting to what's happening in the new meta. And if they are, they're trying their own little thing that just doesn't work out. So they go for the DK, and that's okay. He's one of those heroes where you're not going to necessarily win mid, but once, you know, the mid hero leaves, a head's mid hero just gets out of there, he can maybe put some damage on the tower with his Elf Dragon form. His damage isn't that much, and with the change to Dragon Tail, people are picking him less and less often. He's still picked, you know, here and there, but as of right now, I just feel like Relax is stuck in the old meta. It's just what it feels like to me. You guys may disagree, but that's at least my understanding of it. The Luna comes out for a head. That hero is still very strong, so there's no big surprise they go for that. And it's the same kind of thing for a head. They're stuck in the old meta as well, except for the Ancient Apparition. So, I mean, they actually have that going for them. Plus, AA plus Luna in lane is probably disgusting. I actually haven't had a chance to see that, but I'm sure it's not very... It's probably gross. And Rubik with his right-click damage as well with Chilling Touch is no joke either. So, Ahead Gaming have maybe early into late game covered. Earthshaker's going to come out from Relax. We used to see him a bit. Now he kind of... If people go for Earthshaker now, they're going to generally go for a Sand King. They're going to opt for that hero instead. Because people like Burrow Strike and Epicenter a bit more than like the Fisher and the Echo Slam. You know... Because Sandstorm, I think, is actually decent now. It does a lot of work, and if you're not prepared for Sandstorm... You actually might end up taking a bit of damage as well. Caustic Finale is whatever. It's an okay
10
ability.
Seconds remaining.
It's a bit like, I mean, I guess if we're talking about the abilities, Earthshaker
remaining.
has the better ones because Aftershock actually does stuff. But Caustic Finale, I mean, not that Caustic Finale doesn't do anything. It just
Reserve time.
It's kind of underwhelming.
5 seconds remaining.
I'd say that Sandstorm is definitely a better ability than Caustic Finale, but the Puck to round it all out. So yeah, I mean, Puck is gonna do decently against the DK. If he can phase shift the Breathe Fire, if he can get away from it, he might be just fine. So, I don't know. We'll see how the draft goes. Aloha Dance is going to be picking that one. And we know how he can do on those kinds of heroes, like a Storm Spirit, where he can just jump all over the place. You can grab kills. It's definitely plausible. So, Aloha Dance, going to be playing that hero up. We are going to jump into the game. We're waiting for the heroes to be picked from Relax, and then we will jump into the second game of a best-of-3 series here. This is the lower bracket quarterfinals. Loser will move on to the lower semis, and from there, loser semis to the losers finals, and then the losers grand finals. Yeah, I know, it's a long way. It's a long road for some of these teams to get to the land finals.
10 seconds.
Luckily, there are 2 slots to grab. One in the winners5 and one in the losers finals.
5
which, like
seconds
I talked about,
remaining.
is the grand finals. And that gets you to the land finals in Moscow. That's where the 20K prize pool is going to be up and fought for. So, we are going to get a quick pause. This happened in the previous game as well, as Relax didn't really know what to, somebody's AFK or they're not picking their heroes, etc., etc. That's one thing that's frustrating. Many people just kind of go AFK during the draft. They don't sit around and talk. They just kind of let the drafter do their thing and say, okay, I'll play this, that, or another thing. Ahead seems to be drafting together. I mean, they have all of their heroes picked up, ready to go. So they're on point as of right now. That could definitely change, obviously, in future drafts, whatever. But, yeah, it looks like Relax are just kind of relying on Shocklow to do the drafting for them. And X will load into the game on the Visage as we lag a bit while that happens. So we are going to jump into the match, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. It's a best of 3. Why are we still pause? Actually, is the real question. It's a best of 3 series between Relax and Ahead. Ahead have that 1 game advantage. You could say they're, in fact, ahead by 1 game. I guess we can get some introductions real quick. So, on the side of a Relax game, we have 2. Ruru will be on the Dragonite. X is going to be on the Visage. Friday will be on the Pugnut. Dread on the Earthshaker. And Shocklow will be on the Nyx Assassin. To round it out for the Radiant team, on the Dire team, Ars Zeke or Zek will be on the Ancient Apparition. Wicked Sick on the Rubik with the Kuroki set. Seam of the Slayer on the Luna. Aloha Dance will be on the Puck. And No Fear will be on the Clockwork. Wicked Sick says no, we're not good to go. We'll be paused for a bit longer. So, how's chat doing? You guys having a good time? Everybody having fun? Everybody watching some good Dota? I know there's a lot of Dota going on today, so I'm excited to see the LAN finals, which I will be covering starting April 5th. That'll be a lot of fun. Rock's Kiss and Empire are already invited. 2 more teams going to be making their way over there. Next KZ, as well as the winner of the next series that's going to be happening. So next KZ versus Virtus Pro / Aware. We'll be heading to the LAN finals, so one of those 2 teams, Next KZ, or one of those 3 teams, I should say, Next KZ, Virtus Pro, or Aware. And that'll be tomorrow, I think, is the winners finals, so excited for that. I'll be bringing you that action. Our Seek is going to say, hey, listen, I'm ready to go, guys. Let's do this. Wicked Sick now saying, okay, here we go. Now the rating team's going to be like, no, we're not ready yet. You guys weren't ready, now we're not ready. Alright, finally jumping in the game. Nothing like a good old 5-minute pause to start the game of Dota off. So, here we go. They didn't use Browser Sex Cam. Come on, guys. Browser Sex Cam from Ahead. Great, 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 great. Actually, those are the wards, aren't they? I guess I can't really click on them now, sadly enough. The Courier's not Browser Sex Cam. It's just a chicken. So, as of right now, it looks like there's going to be some 5-minute aggression heading bottom here from Ahead Gaming. Going to try to pick somebody off. X Friday are both here. Nether Blast picked up for Friday. And this is another unconventional pick coming out for Relax Gaming. Interestingly enough, they're going to go for the Farming Pugna. Support Visage, no real problem there. Dread might be going top. He might just ward real quick. He actually doesn't have one. So, dual lane with Shocklow and Dread maybe. And then mid lane it's going to be Tururu. Yeah, so aggro try with Luna potentially
30 seconds to
is what it looks to be. I'm not a big fan of Luna in aggressive tri lanes, but in this scenario, it's going to be great because you look at the dual lane here, it's not going to be nearly enough to stave off any sort of aggression. I love this. Unless Dread roams down to that bottom lane, which seems to be what he's doing right now, or he's just sitting around here waiting for the rune potentially. There's still no ward on him, so he's not putting any up. The wards are on X, or at least they should be, yeah. They're actually going to rotate up and maybe dodge the aggressive tri lane. RZ gonna throw a ward here to make sure they don't have a camp to pull from. They want, oh, you know, they're thinking about the Earthshaker doing the block here in the mid to try to win the lane for Tururu. It doesn't seem to be set up though. Maybe the next creep wave, Dread actually might do it here on the Ancient stack. I've seen it before as well. That's exactly what Dread's kind of set up for right now. So they're going to try to win mid for Tururu as easily as possible. He's got 3 GG branches and then a Tango as well, so this is what we used to see mid people do. Now it's kind of just generally 2 GG branches and 2 pooled Tangos. And, well, actually, no Tossman and a South coming out for Puck as well. So he just wants to do some extra damage here to Tururu, as well as get some decent CS. Dread ready to get to pull this creep wave back with the Ancient stack here. We'll see how it goes. Gonna try to block. There it goes. Yeah, he will block. One of them goes the wrong way, sadly, but he will get most of them. Actually, the range creep is going to fall through, and as well as the melee creep. So all of a sudden, Tururu is going to have a bit of a lane advantage right now. Unfortunately for the Puck, he won't be able to get as much CS as possible. And Dread's just going to continue to do this for probably a bit of time here until he feels Tururu has won his lane confidently enough, and then he'll be able to back off and go get experience elsewhere. But this is going to be a lane where Shaklo has to pretty much sit. They did rotate the lane up top, which means that Clockwork won't have the easiest time, and I like this rotation coming out from Relax. They make the right move. They send the Pugna up here. He'll get farm instead of going up against that tri lane down bottom where he wouldn't have any help. Seema the Slayer, though, is going to be getting, you know, pretty much free farm here. So, free farm Pugna versus a free farm Luna. Who do you value higher? And 9 times out of 10, you're going to say a Luna, and especially in this game. So, Aloha Dance still going to have a bit of a tough time. Breathe Fire is up at 2 right now. Phase Shift to avoid a tower hit there. He still has his salve. His bottle's going to come out soon. Fisher blocking again, this time getting 3. And the courier can't make its way back, sadly enough. It's just got to sit behind this Fisher wall, and then it'll make his way over there. So, yeah, you know, and Dread won't be able to get really any experience until these, you know, creeps fall. So, they're not doing that real quick or anything, so. Fisher blocks are just so nice to have, and this is one of the reasons why you pick the Earthshaker over the Sand King. Because you have the potential to pull, because you have the potential to win your lane for the mid player, or, you know, the offlane player even to a certain extent, especially if you're in the dire offlane, which they're not. So, still free farm going for Seema right now. Rotating up is going to be Arzek. He's going to throw a ward down to that top rune spot. Top rune, Aloha Dance waiting for his bottle to get there, making sure no one else is going to take it. All the while, No Fear trying to pull, or at least get some experience from this pull here. He's sitting on 3 last hits, so he's not doing too terribly, considering the lane he's in. He's getting experience as well. He's level 3 right now. What's Shaklo doing? He's sitting level 2. He's sitting very far back from the creep wave. He knows he'll die if he gets it really close. Now they're going to try to go on Dread here. There's the Chilling Touch. Dread in some trouble. Illusory Orb already used the right click. One more will do the job. That is first blood. I love the rotation from Ars Zeke to get up there and help out Aloha Dance and make sure this pulling crap stops. And say, no, enough of this. They also got Brazos 6 cam up in the high ground as well, so never a bad thing to have a little bit of a Brazos 6 cam there. So Seema the Slayer, I'm not sure if he's missed one yet, but he's done a nice job getting CS. 17 and 9 as of right now. Fable's going to go on Shaklo. Just pushing him back. He'll eat a tree and make his way into the jungle. It's a little bit of an alcove here. In the mid lane, Aloha Dance continuing to CS, at least trying to. Winning the lane is the DK, but not by much, actually. Tururu only has 2 extra CS right now. Aloha Dance sitting at 12, but no denies there. Only 1 deny for the DK. He's going to take an Illusory Orb right now. Aloha Dance choosing to go for 2 points for the Illusory Orb over the 1, or 2 points on the Waning Rift, so we'll see how that goes. Aloha Dance with Phase Shift ready, and Boots as well. His battle is also completed, so he does have rune control. I mean, it's going to be easy for Puck to be able to get rune control here, and you're going to see, I think, a lot of bottle crowing from the DK, because he can't really get to runes. Now top lane, Cogs are going. No Fear, maybe in a bit of trouble. Fish is going to fly, not blocking him in. He has a stack, or a stick, and a salve. He'll be able to get out of there. He'll buy a TP. Battery Assault going through. Going to try to fight. TP not used. Soul Assumption going to grab the kill with another blast coming up behind, helping out in securing that one. So Clockwork does go down. Not too unexpected. They did go for the aggressive tri-lane. Ars Zeke is going to be up here in the top lane. They're going to rotate support, maybe Wicked Sick to the mid lane. There's a haste rune there. Aloha Dance is going to pick that up. Seema's still getting absolute free farm with 26 last hits right now. TP coming through. No Fear. Not quite 6 yet. He's only level 4. He's got a ways to go. Friday getting some decent CS as well with 21. So the top 3 farmers, 2 of them are the rating team. That is nice. But is it going to be enough? Aloha Dance isn't doing too badly himself. So, and he is getting root control. Like I said, though, Tururu probably has to Bottle Crow. He will do that right now. The bottle up on the courier, send it back home. 2 in the top lane. Got to be careful. There is a bit of aggressive nature with this tri-lane. They can get caught out and they might get killed with Fisher. The block. They're going to Grave Chill. They're going to dive behind the tower at least for a bit. Creep wave still going. Dread pulls the creep wave back. It looks like he might bring this back to the wave. Friday's actually going to pull it as well.
There it goes.
They're just trying to wrap the creep wave around, so they weren't going to pull it back to the tower. They certainly could have if they wanted to. If that would give more farm to no fear, and that's not really what they want. So Friday getting decent CS. There's no ward coverage here at the bottom half of the map either, which is interesting to know. Top lane Fisher on RC. There's a Nether Blast flying through. Oh, RC about to die. Soul Assumption taking. Oh no, the Nether Ward. The Nether Ward. A lot of damage coming through. Soul Assumption ready to go. No Fear taking a lot of damage. Just too much coming through right now. Friday, we're ready to Decrepify, ready to Nether Blast. There's going to be the Fisher as well. Double kill coming out for the Pugna. The aggressive natures of this Triland is working out. Soul Assumption, Decrepify, that's way too much damage. A bit gimmicky, but it works out nonetheless. No Fear going to cog his way through. They can't dive this. Not yet, anyway. Nether Blast, not in range. Just out of it. RC coming back through. Chilling Touch is up. There's the Ice Vortex, ready to go if necessary. There's the Cold Feet, Grave Chill. That's going to get worn off because he did use the Grave Chill to get out of there. He'll back his way to the Tier 1 tower. So, some quick aggression coming through and Relax, getting the better end of the deal. All the while, 41 CS for Seema the Slayer. We'll see if he goes for that early Helm of the Dominator or even picks up a Midas. He already has his treads, though. So he kind of just wants to farm, it seems like. He's also got 23 denies. This next assassin is... He's kind of sad. He's level 4 right now. No Fear is not too far ahead, and that's because there has been a support or two in his lane from time to time. Roaming home, feeling like their accomplish is relaxed, they're going to head out of there, make sure that they get some nice regen up, and get ready to fight once more. Aloha Dance throwing up the illusory orb, ready to jaunt in to Turubu. Oh, Breathe Fire. Dragon Tail, Aloha Dance in trouble. He's got no illusory orb. He'll use his Dream Coil. He's got Phase Shift. He's got Waiting Rift as well. Taking a lot of damage. He might jaunt away. He might die from the poison. Is it non-lethal? It is non-lethal. That's right. I forgot about that.
Rock it on.
So Turu not able to get that kill. He was close, but no cigar. No Fear, still no hookshot. Illusory Orb coming back through. They had the regen rune up on Aloha Dance, so he was able to survive because of it. Didn't want to use that too early until, of course, the poison was off. Wicked Sick down here, following shock blows every move. The top lane, RC, throwing down the ward as well. And they're going to try to converge on him. They have Grave Chill. They're not able to get there in time. Even though there is boots, RC has to be careful. No Fear is coming here on the backside, ready to help out. Oh, now he's going to get Decrepify. Fisher as well as the Nether Blast, taking a lot of damage. Soul Assumption, and just like that, 4 abilities right in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, you are dead. Dead Clockwork. So he is trying to get to 6 and he's not having a good time because of it. 4-1, Relax. They're putting on the pressure. Luckily, a head can definitely fall back on this Luna. They're not ganking Seema right now. They're kind of just worrying about getting towers in their own right. They're going to Nether Blast down this tower potentially and try to pick up this first Tier 1. There is a fortification if they want to try to defend. The puck can come up if necessary. The fort is going to fly. They'll push him back. The creep wave is there. All the while, Puck is still in the mid lane. He has a TP scroll ready to go if necessary. I'm sure they're talking it out. Down bottom, Shocklow going to get Telekinesis. Spike Carapace is going to go, doing a bit of damage to Seema. Actually has Eclipse, but no mana to use it. Salves up as ready and ready to go. They will take the Tier 1 tower top. That's Friday getting the last hit on it too, and his mech is getting close to done. So, no, he actually has Arcanes on top of that. Headdress is done, Buckler's done. Just needs the mech recipe to finish everything off here. Rotating mid is RC, trying to get level 6 himself. Clockwork desperately tries to get Hookshot right now, but down bottom, Aloha Dance diving a bit, looking for Shacklow. Nice kill with the Illusory Orb. He gets the Waiting Rift. Soul Assumption though, and the Fisher combining up. Maybe not the best trade in the world. That gets Visage's level 6 right now. TP out from Wicked Sick just to survive. Seema the Slayer will back off as well, making sure he gets his way out of there. 2,000 gold in the bank. What is his first item? He could buy Drum outright right now, a Yasha even. He could buy Helm of the Dominator. What is it? It's a Yasha. So Seema going for a very greedy build. Not going for Helm, not going for BKB. Goes straight for the Yasha. RC maybe in trouble. Taking a Dragon Tail. Elder Dragon form running at him right now. Breathe Fire. That's the kill for Tubaru. 6-2 the score. Impale does miss from Seema the Slayer. Or excuse me, on Seema the Slayer from Shocklow. Aloha Dance going to push this wave out real quick with the Illusory Orb. Trying to push everything back. Fadebolt doing a bit of damage to Friday. And this is what I was talking about. A bit squishy, but he's been doing work this game. This is Familiar's flying all the way around here. They've rotated the aggressive tri-lane down bottom, and now Seema the Slayer is going to headbit and try to get some CS there. So with the Yasha, he'll farm a bit quicker, but he still can't really fight until he has a BKB, I think. Especially in this game, you've got so much magic damage to deal with here. I mean, you're talking about a Pugna, you're talking about an Earthshaker, you're talking about an X-Assassin, you're talking about a Visage, you're talking about a Dragonite. Everything is magic damage except for the right click, really, of a couple of these heroes. So it's surprising that she didn't go for a BKB, I suppose. Seema just kind of considering that maybe he could just get farm in the jungle like this. He doesn't have glaives yet. He's got 2 points into Lunar Blessing, 4 points into the Lucent Beam, just to make sure you have that extra Eclipse damage. Not a big surprise there. A big Luna player myself, I mean, a smart build, but BKB is going to be necessary. And I keep talking about it, but it's a very important item. You're not gonna come into a Dota cast and not hear the terminology BKB. It's just not gonna happen. I mean, you're gonna hear it one way or another, whether or not one's built in this game or in any game for that matter.
Dominating.
Oh boy, missing a kill. Nice phase shift, nice jaunt away from Aloha Dance to save his own life, but looks like the Rubik was not so lucky. He will go down. The flare flying down to Friday. Mech is up and ready to go for him. He'll nether blast his tower down, and this is just going to be in a methodical fashion, pushing down tower after tower. So, Ice Blast is going to push the wave back, however. Oh, it's going to hit Friday. He's going to take a lot of damage. Oh, okay. And the flare! Is he going to shatter, though? No, he's definitely not, but getting close. 12% is pretty small, so 12% of 758. I could literally do math, so.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Wicked sick, getting caught out. The blast is gonna fly. Echo Slam doing work. They blow up Rubik. They really wanted that kill. That poor man was blocked in with the Fisher. He's just like, where am I going? No, please don't. No. And then he dies.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tururu now working on the tier 1 mid. And this is what I'm talking about. Aloha Dance makes his way out of the tower range, pretty much out of mid, and just gives Tururu a free tower. There it goes. Ice Vortex on the ground. Eclipse might come in a second. Tururu in some trouble. There it goes. Tururu about to fall. Eclipse grabs the kill. No, it's AA with his last right click getting it. Seaman's going to go up top and farm that wave. Hookshot came in from No Fear as well, but not 100% necessary. They do secure the kill, or revenge kill if you will, but still the tower goes down. Seaman the Slayer now working and getting farm. I mean, they are pushing everything in, and they're slowly losing map control here, but Seaman doesn't seem to mind. BKB has got to be next, though, I think. And Vendetta's up for Shocklow. Oh, God, Seaman, no! And Pale Heat is dead. Shocklow coming in a very aggressive play from the Nyx Assassin, but he will get out just fine. He TP's right under the tower. That is a huge pickup. They needed that Luna to survive. Instead, she dies with, of course, 1,000 gold on her at the time, but doesn't lose too much. Dread now. He'll continue to farm his way. Trying to get towards that Blink Dagger. Arcane's already done. He actually picks up an Urn as well. I like that. If you're going to be going for ganks, go for the Urn. Medallion already done for the Visage. Level 7 for him. They can start doing Roche as soon as they get some more map control here. Take down this 2-2 tower, both bottom and mid. While that's happening, our Zeke's going to throw out a nice blast mid. So if we look at the graphs real quick, 5,000 gold lead coming out for Relax. And they had a rough first game. This second game, though, they're controlling the game. They're dominating the pace. They also have a 4,000 experience lead. They have some nice items going for their team right now, which we'll check up in a second here, but I want to follow Shocklow first. He's looking for a kill here on the puck. Who doesn't have his Blink Dagger yet. He's had a rough time. He's had a rough go of it, if you will. Oh, man, no. Our Zeke, he is in some trouble. The Familiar's going to stun him up as well. The right clicks will do the job for Shocklow. He actually doesn't even have Mana Parade. He just skills it up. He had 3 points at a spike carapace. Nice combined play there. The teamwork coming out from Relax a bit better than it was in the last game. Nether Blast is going to go through. The Fisher will clear the rest of the wave up, but you've got to be careful. Once he respawns, RC can throw out the Ice Blast and get some work done. DK going for the Lothars right now. The Shadow Blade is done. Standard Dragon Knight item. He'll use his Elder Dragon form. Lothar's up, look for a kill on the backside of the tower. Aloha Dance to No Fear. Oh, nice Dragon Tail to stun the Spike Carapace as well. The Fisher, they bring 2 down immediately. The Ice Blast is going to come through a bit too late. Mech was used beforehand. They'll all survive. They really are in some trouble right now. Ahead Gaming, they're a bit behind right now. They have to make sure Sima can get farm here. He is going for BKB next. He is going to be the one, I think, force in this game that can bring them back into it. TP's going to come through. Simon's going to run to the backside. He can maybe get a solo Eclipse or 2, get a couple of kills. He's got to be careful, though. He's being chased down by 3. He's going to TP away right now. Dragon Tail's going to go. Maybe no. Tururu. He missed it. He had Dragon Tail ready to go, but he didn't spot him out here. WSED. Was said. TK pauses the game. Maybe he's mad. I wouldn't blame him. Maybe it's the mouse. Maybe it's the keyboard. I don't know. Something. 14 minutes in. Fun game. Very fun game to be had. And looks like it might go to a third. The way Relaxed Gaming is playing right now, they have a decent lead. Almost 10,000 gold lead right now. That's not insurmountable, especially with Luna on your team, but it's going to be a tough go for Ahead. They've got a lot to deal with. BKB is going to be huge. The problem is, Luna, like, the rest of his team is going to die. So unless the rest of his team survives, they're still in some trouble. Like, and a team fight, RZ going to fall very quickly. The Rubik's already died a couple times, I mean 3. So there is now a Blink Dagger up for the Nyx Assassin. Thank God he's not going for a Dagon. I see the Pug build. Come on, don't build the Dagon in pubs, please. Just don't do it. Just build a Blink Dagger. There's not really... I mean, there are some times when a Dagon's an okay pickup in a pub game, but like, just build a Blink Dagger. So Seema the Slayer continuing to farm away. Clockwork getting close to a Blade Mill. Aloha Dance just still about 1,000 gold away from that Blink Dagger. Maybe he's never going to get it. So it's a far cry from what we saw Aloha Dance do with the Storm Spirit in the previous game.
Do it with flair.
I was sure he was going to have the same kind of impact, but he had a rough start. The lane being pulled in that mid lane with the Ancients from, of course, Dread on that Earthshaker. So we'll see how he rebounds. Man, look at this ward coverage from the Radiant team. They know exactly all of the movements, except for this one, obviously, coming out from Ahead Gaming. Just great wards in lane, as well as just near the secret shop here. There was one on the Roche Pit as well, but that was de-warded here with the Sentry. The Observer ward on the high ground there. This seems to be the general ward you go for nowadays. This one over here. From Fog. Pretty easy to do. One of my favorite ones, personally. TP's coming through now in the bottom lane. They want to try to fight this, it looks like. They want to try to pressure. Tier 2 tower still alive. Seema's going to make his way down there. Still no BKB. He might farm mid first. Now, Lothar's in the blink forward from Shocklow, getting an easy kill on the puck. He gets caught way out of position. The rest of his team already backing away, sitting under this tier 2 tower. They've got to be more careful than that. This is a team that can dive you.
Dire's top
and they have
tower
already.
is under attack.
Turu with his Elder Dragon form, the red form, the wicked sick. Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is
He was not backed up. Fisher's going to hit on Arcika as well. I don't know if they're going to dive further than that. Friday says maybe. Why not? Creep wave's on the tower now. Tier 2's about to fall. Seema's trying to work here and take this tower down to the mid tier 1. Still though, he has to back away. Not defending tier 2 just yet. Wicked Sick will be up in 2 seconds. They'll be ready to defend maybe. 2 Zelda Dragon Form is also going to be going on cooldown in a second here. But Seema just says, listen, I'm going to farm. I'm surprised he didn't go for that tier 1. Visage Familiars came through, stunned up the creep wave, and I don't know. The tower is going to go down. Dreamcoil onto a couple right now. Ice Blast is going to fly through. It's going to hit on 1. Yes. No, on 2. Friday going to fall. There's the Impaled. Clockwork's dead already. Now coming through. 2 dead. Echo Slam. Dread picks up another one. There's the enchant. The Urn charge as well. Turu doing work. Double kill for Dread. This game is starting to get out of hand. The Eclipse on the backside gets 1. Not 2, however. Luna has to back away. The rest of his team already dead. He can't carry this one on his own. Lucent Beam. Not enough mana for it. Shocklow got to go through the Fisher block as well. If he goes down, this might be GG at this point. I mean, I don't want to call it too early, but that's a big pickup for them. They'll back off now. They'll TP home. They've got what they came for, the tier 1 tower, tier 2 tower, excuse me, and a couple of kills to boot. I think maybe even an entire team wipe. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I mean, that's just going to widen the gap. Their lead is pretty substantial. 12k at this point. Experience is about 10k as well. And they're going to go back in to Ruru. He's got his Elder Dragon in 4 seconds. No, oh, there's a Sentry Ward here, though. They see it, I think. Is there a gem?
Boom,
Where?
there it goes.
Okay, there is a Sentry. I was wondering. So that was interesting. RZ getting stunned up. Cold Feet went as well. He has the haste rune. Decrepify's going to fly. Ice Blast going to hit on Friday, doing a bit of damage there. The flare's going to come through, not doing that much. Visage gets the kill. Soul Assumption used in that one. Trying to get to that Aghanim Scepter, very close to it, I imagine. All the while, Seema continuing to farm away, and he's got to do something. They only have 5 kills to their name, and Seema, he's got 1 of them. But that's it. BKB very close to being dumped. 1,300 gold there. I told you, it was a very greedy build. I'm not sure he would have survived anyways, even with the BKB in that last engagement, so. Fable going to push this all back.
Yeah,
Shocklow with a double damage rune and Vendetta ready to go. Aloha Dance, you've got to be very careful, my friend. Shocklow is about to kill you. Vendetta and Pale, dead. Dead, Puck. Goodness gracious, that damage is just too insane. So Aloha Dance goes down, a free kill for Shocklow, and they continue to assert their dominance over this game. 4 staff now up for Pugna, as well as the Hood. So maybe a pipe is next. BKB is done for Tururu. Now that he has his 2 kind of core items, he could go for the heavy damage items if he would like to, excuse me. There are a couple items you can go for. Daedalus at some point might be pretty good just to give you that extra damage. Some people build Armlet, but it's a bit late for that, I'd say. Hook shot in on Dread. He's gone out of position. 4 step away, though. Nice play. He's got that up and ready to go. Ice Blast hitting on him. Fisher's going to go. It looks like, no, the battery assault's canceling the animation. All while that's happening, Nether Blast doing work. BKB going to go. Finally arriving, but the Dragon doing too much damage, coming through with the Elder Dragon form. Breathe Fire's going to clean up as well. 2 down immediately. GG is called real quick at 20 minutes in. A quick game. Relax. Looking like a new team. Nowhere near the old team that we saw in that first game. Just excellent play coming through, dominating the early game, making sure they got a quick GG out of there, and they go on to game 3, and maybe they can take this series. So, the next game in just a couple of moments, guys. All of the marbles are at stake here in this third game. Loser will go home, winner moves on, trying to get that spot to the LAN finals in Moscow. Should be a good one. We'll take a quick break here on Beyond the Summit. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure you guys check out esportsventure.com, where they have all, of course, the betting going on. Virtus Pro versus Aware Gaming. Bets will be held for that on that website. You can check out the link below here at twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit. If you enjoy the cast, my name is Mont. You can follow me at twitter.com/MontDota2. We'll be right back, everybody.